Hi guys, welcome to Pabbly Connect workshop. So in this video we will learn how to integrate Stripe and Salesforce. Our use case is pretty simple. When new charge is made in Stripe, it will add a node in Salesforce. Now Stripe is an online payment processing platform and Salesforce is an online CRM tool. So what we are going to do is we are going to send the data from Stripe to Salesforce. Now as you may know this, Stripe and Salesforce has some kind of native integration between them, but this integration is kind of limited. So in cases like these, we need to bring a third app to connect them both. So in this video, we will use Pabbly Connect to integrate Stripe and Salesforce. And the best part of using Pabbly Connect is there is no need for coding skills or programming language. It can be done easily. Let me show you on my screen.
Okay, so to begin the process, first type pabbly.com in your browser. Pabbly.com. Press enter. Here you will find the option called as products. Hover on products and get to the bottom to get on connect. Okay, at the bottom you will find the option called as connect. Click on connect. Then click on sign in. Okay, so this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. As you can see, I already have made an account in Pabbly Connect. You can also create your own free account in just 2 minutes. Here I would like to mention one more thing, that Pabbly Connect offers a plan where this integration can be tried out absolutely free. So if you want, you can create your free account right now and set up your automation. The link is available in the description box. Actually, I would insist that you try this automation with me. It's actually pretty fun. Okay, so scroll down and here you will find the option called as connect and then click on access now. Now at the right corner, you will find a button called as create workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as Stripe to Salesforce. Then click on create. When you click on create, a window appears in front of you. This is called as the trigger window. Here in the choose app, let's make it as Stripe because we want to send the data from Stripe. That is why in the trigger, let's keep it as Stripe. The choose method, since we are interested in sending the data when a new charge is made, let's keep the method as new charge. Now new charge is basically a trigger. So your obvious question is, what is a trigger? Trigger is a if statement. It asks a question, if the condition is met, what should be done? For example, if a new charge is created, then what action should be taken by the system? Actually, there are many more triggers like new order, new invoice, new customer, new plan, and so on. However, in case if you don't find the trigger of your choice, you can make a request team at admin@pabbly.com for the specific trigger that you want to make. But at present, I want to send the data when a new charge is made. So let's keep the choose method as new charge. So basically what we are trying to do here is we are trying to integrate Stripe to Pabbly Connect. So let me show you my Stripe account. So this is my Stripe account. Since we are interested in integrating Stripe to Pabbly Connect, let's go to this part called as developers. Click here. Then under developers, you will find an option called as webhooks. Click this. Now at the right corner, you will find a button called as add endpoint. Click this. Okay, so this is the window of add endpoint. Here you will find a blank called as the endpoint URL. So to get the endpoint URL, let's go to Pabbly Connect and copy this. This is the webhook URL or the endpoint URL you want and paste it here. The description will remain empty. The version will remain same. Now comes the most important part, the events to send. So we want to send the data when a new charge is made. So let's keep the event as charge succeeded. This one. Then click on add endpoint. Okay, so it is showing the status has been enabled. Basically, it means that when a new charge is made in Stripe, Pabbly Connect will capture the data. So to ensure that Pabbly Connect will capture this data, let's go to Pabbly Connect and click on this button, capture webhook response. Okay, so it is showing it is waiting for a data. So let's go to Stripe and let's create one dummy charge or a payment in Stripe. So payment, I'm going to create a dummy payment. So let's say the amount is 25. I'm going to make it as dollars. So I'm going to add a customer. The customer's name is let's say Biden. Account email is johnbiden12341@gmail.com. Some random email that's coming to my mind, that's all. In the description, let's add the last name. So let's say it's John. The country Biden is from, let's say, India. Okay. The address line is, let's say, W10 Ashok Enclave. The address line 2 is Delhi mark. City is Bhopal 462023. State is, let's say, Madhya Pradesh 9131323937. That's the phone number. Time zone, not really important. Language, let's go with the English. Excellent. Currency, we have US dollars. Yes. Tax status is taxable. Tax ID is random. Just click on add customer. So the description, let's keep it as random. Statement descriptor, since this account belongs to Pabbly, so I'm keeping it as Pabbly. So I'm going to enter some random card details. 4242 4242 42 42 42 42. Okay, so card details has been entered. Just click on submit payment. Okay, so the payment was made. A charge of $25 has been made. So since Pabbly Connect is now integrated with Stripe, let's see Pabbly Connect has captured this data or not. So let's go to Pabbly Connect. Yes, the data has been captured. So this is the charge amount. Actually, it's let me show you. It's $25, but it is actually showing as $2,500. This is kind of wrong. Okay, we will deal with that later. And the rest of the details, the thing actually I wanted to show you is, let me show you. Okay, so the card is Visa and these are the last numbers of the card. And the thing actually I wanted to show you, this is the expiry date, the expiry month, and one thing. Okay, so this is the thing I actually wanted to show you. As you can see, the email is returning empty, the name is returning empty, the phone number is returning empty. Okay, and even the address is also returning empty. That is because Stripe only provides charge related information like credit card details, currency and amount. My point is, we are not getting the data related to customer information. We need at least the email, name and the phone number to create a note in Salesforce. So in cases like these, we need to retrieve the customer information that we had filled. So your obvious question is, how are we going to retrieve the customer information? It's actually pretty easy. To do that, just click on this plus button. So when you click on this plus button, a window appears in front of you. This is called as the action window. So in the Choose app, since we are interested in retrieving the information from Stripe, so let's make the Choose app as Stripe again. Okay. In the Choose method, since we are interested in retrieving the data of the customer that we had entered earlier, so let's make the method as retrieve a customer. Then click on connect with Stripe. Now in the new credentials, we have a blank to fill called as the token. So to get the token, let's go to our Stripe. Let's cancel this. Let's go to Stripe and let's go back to this part again called as developers. This time we will go to this part called as API keys. Click this. So this is the token or the secret key you want. Just click on reveal and copy this and paste it here. Then click on save. Okay, so a blank called as customer ID has appeared in front of you. So let me show you the customer ID we want. So customer ID is basically the address where all the information of the customer has been stored. For example, this is the customer ID. So this is the address where all the information like the email, the address, the phone number has been stored. Okay, so basically this is an object. So we want to map in this data here. So how are we going to do that? So to map in the detail, just click on this button. This is called as the mapping button. Here we are going to enter the object. Okay, so we have mapped it and just click on save and send test request. So as you can see, the API response is showing all the details. The address city is Bhopal, the country is India, the address line 1 is W10 Ashok Enclave, address line 2 is Delhi mark, and this is the postal code, and we have this is the email, this is the last name we had entered as description, okay, and this is the phone number, and this is the first name. So basically we have got all the data from Stripe to Pabbly Connect. Now we have to sync all of this data to Salesforce to create a note. But before we do that, let me show you one more thing. As I mentioned before, our amount was showing in thousands. For example, let me show you my amount. Where was our amount was? Yes. Okay, so the amount captured is showing as $2,500, but it was actually $25. So we actually need to trim this amount to $25. So your next question is, how are we going to do that? It's actually very easy. Just click on this plus button again. Okay, so here we are going to add app as API. Okay, this one. Now in the choose action event, let's keep it as get. Now in the endpoint URL, I'm going to paste an URL. Okay, so I have pasted a endpoint URL. So your obvious question is, what is an endpoint URL? Endpoint URL is the location from which the APIs can access the resources that they need to carry out their function. For example, I need to trim this amount to this amount. Okay, so to trim this amount, I need to access the resource that can trim this amount. Simply put, this address points it out to that location where that resources is located. So your next question is, how I'm supposed to get this endpoint URL? Well, I have added it in the description box. Okay, you can find this URL in the description box. Okay, easy. Okay, so in the authentication, we are not requiring any sort of authentication, so let's keep it as no authentication. Yes, of course we are going to add a parameter. The parameter I'm going to point out is amount, and the amount is let's say this was the amount we want to trim or add decimal. So just click on save and send test request. So the status is showing as success because the amount has been trimmed to $25 from this to this. Okay, so now we are ready with all the data. Now we have to sync this data into Salesforce to create a note. So to do that, you know the drill, just click on this plus button. So again in the choose app, this time we will add Salesforce because we want to sync the data into Salesforce. Now in the choose method, since we are interested in adding a note or creating a note, choose method has create a note. Now create a note is basically an action. Similarly, like triggers, there are many more actions like create contact, create task, create lead, update contact, and so on. However, just like the triggers, if you don't find the action of your choice, you can request us at admin@pabbly.com to custom build an action for you. But at present, I am keeping the choose method as creating a note. Then just click on connect with Salesforce. Again, connect with Salesforce. While Salesforce is authorizing connection with the Pabbly Connect, let me tell you something. Pabbly Connect doesn't take any chances with your data. Your data is 100% secure with us. So just click on allow. Okay, so it is showing the authorization is successful. Just click on OK. Now in the parent ID, it is showing gene point. And when you expand it, it's showing many other parent IDs. This is because, let me show you my accounts. So these are the accounts I have. Zapier, Postman, Edge Communication, and so on. So these are the accounts, the parent IDs. It has basically mapped it. So let me show you even more. Gene Point, United Oil and Gas, University of Arizona, United Oil and Gas Corp, Grand Hotels and Resorts, and so on. So basically it has mapped all these details. So I'm going to send the note into this place, United Oil and Gas UK. Okay, so now in the title, we are going to just map in the first name. So as I mentioned before, this is called as the mapping button. So the name was, so we have retrieved the information. The name is Byron. Let's keep the private as true. Now comes the body of the note. So I'm going to type some random details and I'm going to map some random details. So the body of the note is thanks, Mr. Biden, with the email address, so let me add the email, yes, and who lives in lives in this place. I'm going to add some place address. So we have retrieved that information. This is the address line 1. Enter some space. Address line 2. Address line 2. Where was our address line? Yes, Delhi mark. And country. Country was India or France? I don't know. Country was India. Okay. And with the phone number. So we are going to map in the phone number. Phone number it is not showing. Okay, we have got the phone number. So thanks Mr. has purchased a product worth. Enter the product. No, product worth, right? It was 25. Yeah, this is the trimmed amount, $25. Okay, so we can also enter the dollar sign. USD. Yeah, the currency USD. Okay, so this is the body of the note. So just click on save and send test request. Okay, the API response is showing it is success. So let's see in our accounts whether we have this person or the note called as Biden. So it was United Oil and Gas UK, right? So let's see in our note. Yes, we have a note called as Biden. So it reads as thanks Mr. Biden with email address John Biden 1234wordty@gmail.com who lives in this place and with the phone number has purchased a product worth $25. Okay, so this means the data is being sent from Stripe to Salesforce when a new charge is made via Pabbly Connect. So this means anytime a new charge is made in Stripe, it will be reflected in Salesforce. But to double check it if the integration is working fine or not, let's make one more dummy charge in Stripe. But before we do that, let's go to Pabbly Connect and let me show you the whole gist of the process. So I'm minimizing this action window. Again, I'm minimizing this action window. Again, I'm minimizing this action window. And then I have minimized this trigger window. Okay, so basically this is the whole process in a nutshell. First, wait 1 minute actually. I need to. Okay, so this is the whole process in a nutshell. I have minimized my screen. So first you integrated Stripe to Pabbly Connect. Then you have retrieved the information from Stripe. Then you have trimmed the amount. Okay, as you may remember, it was 2,500. Now it is $25. And then you have synced all this information into Salesforce via Pabbly Connect. So now there is a perfect flow of data between Stripe to Salesforce. So let's create one more payment, one more dummy payment in Stripe. So this time let's keep the amount as 34 and let's keep the amount as currency as US dollars. The customer's name is Harris Kamla, that would do. Kamla Harris 1234 @gmail.com. Description, we are going to add the last name. Let's say her description name is James. It's a common name. Kamla is from France. The address line 1 is Boulevard Hills. Actually, Boulevard Hills. T10. Address line 2 near Random Theater. Postal code is 75001. City is Paris. That's the only city I know. 9131323915. Language is French. Yes, we have French. Currency, let's keep it as US dollar. Tax status is taxable. Tax ID is random. Just click on add customer. The customer has been added. The description is random. The statement descriptor is Pabbly because this is Pabbly's account. 424242424242424242. Okay. Then click on submit payment. Okay, so a payment of $34 has been made by this person called as Kamala Harris. So let's see in our notes whether we have a person. So it was United Oil and Gas, right? UK. Okay. Yes, we have a person or a note of this person called as Kamala Harris, and it reads the message, the note as thanks Mr. Kamala Harris with email address. Kamala Harris, this is the email address, and she lives in this place, and this is the country, and she has purchased a product worth $34. So our integration is working absolutely fine. This means anytime a charge is made in Stripe, it will be reflected in Salesforce.
Not just these two apps, you can integrate a plenty of applications using Pabbly Connect. If you have any queries, contact us at admin@pabbly.com. Our dedicated team members will help you to automate your workflows. Or just visit us at www.pabbly.com. It's awesome. Thanks.